Welcome to episode 8 of Superstar Wrestling TV. I'm your host, Tuna for Sushi. And I hate to say it, but my co-host, Mr. Corey Gebhardt, could not make it today. So this show is all me. Now, the last show of the year was Ring of Screams. And what a way to start off Ring of Screams, but with a costume battle royal. And this ending could just maybe change the fate of tag team wrestling in Superstar Wrestling. So let's see what happens. Roll the tape.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! The costume battle!
My Electro. They did the Monster Man. It was a great monster. It caught on fire. They did the Monster Man. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun.
Manitoba, is that Leroy? You remember Leroy from back in the old days, don't you?
Dracula and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive, but their vocal
Good man down here, people bad one down here. And is that a sweet stack
They
in
played
there?
the Monster.
I don't know what the heck that is. Well, it looks like this is the Halloween gimmick battle royal. You got Deadpool in there.
You got...
It looks like you got the Unknown Comic.
Right.
You got Mr. E.
You've got a couple Grim Reapers in there. It looks like the one is either pregnant or ate the other Grim Reaper.
It looks like you got the Mushroom Head mascot in there.
Is that Team Wolf there, I see? And Michael J. Fox?
I see Magilla Gorilla and King Kong together.
I see Draconis in there. He doesn't have a costume.
I see the Wolfman too. Oh, here we go. Here's some action.
The Grape Ape is, I don't know, I think...
Hey, the Great Bape's got a tag partner with him.
I think the Grape Ape is my pick for this one. Just out of nostalgia.
Well, that, and it's got King Kong in there as a partner, so...
I don't know. I think I got Deadpool in this one. He's kind of slick when it comes into this kind of thing.
Which one do you think?
You know what? You can't go against Leroy. You cannot go against Leroy.
Yeah, that is true. Leroy,
We all know where he comes from, the training he's got, that you can't go against Leroy.
I do believe Leroy's a former House of Pain Cruiserweight champion.
oh, absolutely.
That's it.
And I believe that is the Unknown Freak there.
Unknown freak.
The Unknown Freak. Maybe, I don't know why he's wearing the bag over his head. Maybe he,
Well, heck, Manitoba, I think that's an improvement.
I was going to say, maybe he watched a best of DVD and,
Now it looks like it's a scarecrow underneath that bag.
Deadpool choking the Unknown Freak there.
There's a messed up DVD? I didn't know that.
Hey, I think I just heard somebody say, bring out the GIF.
Bring out the Gip. Gip sleeping.
Wake him up.
There goes Deadpool.
Oh, JF, looks like Deadpool's out.
Yeah, I lost the pool on that one.
Well, and there goes the Superman.
That's Mr. E. That's Mr. E. Mr. E, get it? Mr. E.
Mr. E, yes.
Looks like the Grim Reapers are going at it
The
pretty hard.
Invisible Melvin's out. I think a lot of these guys are from parts unknown. You know, there's a lot of wrestlers in that town, guys.
Notice the Grape Ape and King Kong are working together as unison. They're a tag team almost in there.
You know, that would have been one hell of a movie.
Hey, is that Teen Wolf in there?
That's what I thought.
Oh, there's Leroy.
All
Where
right.
did Leroy go?
And
Go, Leroy!
It looks like Leroy's wearing a Mike Black shirt. Maybe must be a Mike Black guy.
Oh, he must be. There's got to be a couple of them out there.
Looks like they're all ganging up on Teen Wolf.
Well,
They were.
they were. Now there's still, it looks like a Grim Reaper and one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is that what that is?
I have no idea what that is.
It looks like a couple of these guys went into the Halloween store and just closed their eyes and grabbed whatever they could find for this one.
Yeah.
Right. I see 2 Grim Reapers. I see Leroy. I see Draconis. I see T-Wolf. I see the Unknown Freak.
How about there goes Leroy?
Is that Leroy that was eliminated?
That was eliminated.
Ah, man. Well, Grape Ape's still in there. King Kong's gone.
King Kong's gone.
All right, so we're down to one of the Grim Reapers, the Unknown Freak, Draconis, another Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Well, there goes the second Grim Reaper.
Oh, that didn't look like that felt too good.
That did not. He might want to find the Unknown Chiropractor for tomorrow morning.
All right, Draconis is coming up there behind the Unknown Freak.
I'll tell you what, Draconis, he just took one from the Grape Ape.
Yeah.
Hey, what, Draconis, can't overlook him. He's one big, tough dude, but...
they got the right thing in mind there.
Yeah, there we go, see? It took a couple of them, but they got him out.
The numbers got Draconis there.
So we're down to Teen Wolf, the Grape Ape, one of the Grim Reapers, and the Unknown Freak.
Actually, I think he might be the Scarecrow Freak right now.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Oh, it could be. That was a
nice spike DDT there.
That was he spiked him on that one. Yeah, you can't pin him in a battle royal, buddy.
Oh, you know how the Freak is.
Unfortunately, I do. Do you remember we were all part of the same stable a couple times over the years?
Yeah, what was that called? That was the Can-Am Connection.
Oh, we had many names. There was the Can-Am Connection. There was the Manitoba Family. Of course, the A-Team.
Oh, yeah, the A-Team.
Hey, you guys are bringing back some great memories.
And then there were quite a few names we were called by other people, too.
I remember back in the day when we did the big New Yorkers and they would chant, New York sucks.
That's right. That was on 9/11.
Yeah.
You, myself, you, and Big Slick Daddy D.
Right. Well, Freak with a big splash. Or the Grim Reaper.
A freaky splash.
T-Wolf.
All right, so we're down to the final 3. Oh, and the final, Freak is hanging on.
He's reeling.
He's done.
All right, so it's down to Grape Ape and a Grim Reaper.
Now, is that Grim Reaper number 4 or number 3?
Brother, I'll tell you what, there's probably as many Grim Reapers as there is Moondogs.
All right, so Grim Reaper 46.
Right. And Grape Ape.
Grape Ape and Grim Reaper 46, the last 2 men in the costume battle royal.
Well, that's a blatant choke there on the rope, JR.
That is a blatant choke, JF. I don't know.
There's a referee over there. I don't understand why he ain't paying it. Oh, he's over here messing around with the T-Wolf.
There's whatever here that should be in the ring this
Looks
time.
like the Grim Reaper had a little bit of a seizure there. And Grape Ape trying to dump there.
Oh, your winner!
Look at that! I called it!
You called it? That was my number.
And the winner of the battle royal, the Pink Gorilla!
Well, who is that?
Well, I think that's...
Brandon Epic just beat Jason Valentine?
Oh, wow, that was Epic and Valentine were the last 2 people?
That's Epic.
It is Epic. Oh, here comes Mike Skills to try and sort this out. There's been a little bit of dissension the last couple of shows between these guys.
There's a lot of problems with the Skills family.
Well, with Skills being the leader, you know.
I mean, you know, not to say anything, but you know, the Hess family, we have our family issues too, but you know, we work together and solve them. You know, that's the difference between blood and water. That's the difference between blood and water.
Yeah, you guys are a real family. These guys are about as dysfunctional as it gets.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. The referee's raising Valentine's hand, and Epic just walked away. What's going on here?
I don't even understand that because Valentine was clearly eliminated. I mean, Epic did eliminate himself, but that was after Valentine.
Right.
I don't understand unless they restart the match.
I'm guessing maybe Valentine, maybe both Valentine. Or didn't skip Morgan point,
Oh, you gotta love this song.
Yeah, it's pretty familiar, my friend. Sing it, JF, sing it.
Whoa, I'm all love.
Oh, what a match, what a match, what a match. So, with that said, just what will be the fate of Brennan Apeek and Mr. Jason Valentine. And the Skills family, for that fact. Okay, let's go on to the next match. We have a 3-man match. Okay, we're going to start off. We got the big guy, Draconis. We have the Freak with Miss Mischievous. And we have Mr. Brennan Apeek himself. So, let's see what we got, and let's get to that match.
He might have his hands full tonight with the freaking Draconis.
I'm telling you guys, you talk about 3 totally different styles of wrestling right here.
Yeah. The Freak is, 16, 17 year salty veteran, and Draconis has been around for at least 6-7 years, and
At least.
Epic has been around for about 2 or 3 years. So this should be this might chalk up to be a pretty good match.
Yeah,
You know, and I've had the opportunity to be in the ring with each of these guys, and I've tagged with Freak, and I can.
I'm sorry.
Rather you like them or you don't, it's very true. This is 3 totally different wrestlers.
Well,
so who knows what's going to happen in this match?
and I'm familiar with these guys too. And now the Freak locking up with referee Regis Miller here. And I've managed the Freak in the past, and you can look at the guy and you think you don't know what he's doing out there. He's crazy. He's messing around, but really the Freak is a master of playing mind games.
Pretty much. Freak's playing it smart. He's staying away from the bigger Draconis. Freak being a cruiserweight all those years.
Now Brandon,
watch out for Epic.
Epic grabbing him.
And here again, my whole thing is Brandon Epic's the Epic, whatever. He's the wild card in this whole thing because, I think for the first time ever, he just got the fan cheering him coming out. So is he going to, come on the good side, or is he still over there? Oh, looks like he's going to let Draconis have the match.
Yeah, I think Epic, he's doing the smart thing here. He's going to let Draconis and Freak work it out for a little while, tire themselves out. Okay, now that wasn't exactly the way to go there. Whoa!
And maybe Draconis is going to be happy with the middle pay here, because there's 3 different pays. You get the guy who wins gets more, the guy who actually gets pinned gets the less, and the other guy gets something in the middle, so maybe he's just cutting his losses and saying, I'll take the middleman pay.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe he's trying to save himself, because I'll tell you what. Oh, wow. I would not want to run into that.
Clothesline.
Draconis just took his head off. Oh, and Epic trying to steal the pin. And Draconis saying, no.
I see what Epic needs to do right now is give Draconis a quick thumb to the eye, like Jesse Ventura used to say back in the days. That'll stop anybody, no matter how big you are.
That is a good point, JF. A good well-placed thumb to the eye will put anybody down. And when you're dealing with a guy,
Not really sure what
I don't think he got all of that boot.
Definitely did not get all the boot.
Freak is probably still reeling from that clothesline.
I would imagine he is.
Choke slam coming here.
This ain't no good.
Now it looks like Epic and Draconis are working together, Freak with some elbows. He got out of that attempted choke slam there. And what's this going to be? Going for a DDT, but...
nice Russian leg sweep.
Yeah, Russian leg sweep from Epic, or would that be a French leg sweep?
That might be a French one.
And is that Steve Sarks I see walking out to ringside here?
Yes, it is.
Oh, we haven't seen Steve in a little while. What's he doing in this match? Steve Sarks just walking in, grabbing Brandon Epic. Oh, wow. Blue Thunder powerbomb there from Steve Sarks. Just kind of injecting himself into this match and dropping Brandon Epic right on his head. Draconis bailing out.
From the referee, I'm not sure who the winner is here.
Well, the bell rang. Oh, Freak is not going to put down a guy the size of Steve Sarks like that. What's Sarks doing here? That was kind of a variation. That was like a mixture sidewalk slam Michinoku driver. And I'll tell you, this looks like a little more aggressive version of Steve Sarks than we're used to seeing, Butch, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's a very aggressive Steve Sarks. I've never seen this side of him.
No, I don't know what he's up to.
He's usually out here shaking hands and kissing babies.
I don't think the fans are responding to Mr. Sarks all that well here.
It doesn't appear that way. He's talking about what it means to be a man.
Well, he's really giving the fans what for.
He is indeed. Steve Sarks is a little bit upset.
You would get that indication right away, wouldn't you, JR?
Oh, I thought fat people were supposed to be jolly, JF, but
yeah, there's nothing happier than a happy fat guy.
Right, especially
in red and white.
And something else. Freak is.
Maybe Rudolph stole his wife or something. I don't know.
You never know. I mean,
Steve Sarks is usually. In a match, he's usually the first man to put your hand out to shake it. Now he's stomping in one of the most popular characters around here, the Freak.
Yeah, the Freak hasn't moved, and Sarks is laying it into him here.
Sarks is vicious. I like this side.
Yeah, this could be an improved Steve Sarks. I don't know. He's definitely more aggressive.
Oh, he's pushing around the referees.
Going back, he looks like he's going to go for a cloverleaf, a Texas cloverleaf variation. Steve Sarks just really destroying the Freak. And I'll tell you, the referee might want to step back. I don't think Sarks is in a very good mood.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing at all, JR.
He definitely isn't playing around.
He could easily dismantle both of those referees by himself.
Oh, without a doubt. Look what he did to the Freak, and that's a 16-year veteran there.
Right.
He is laid out. Brandon Peak and Draconis both decided they were going to take the high road and bail out.
Yep, live to fight another day.
Exactly.
As for the Freak, he's in there kissing canvas right now.
What is up with Steve Sarks? Now, I've known this guy ever since I got in this business. And I've never seen him quite like that. I mean, he's usually the fun-loving guy. And now he's got a little fire that burns. So, let's see what 2016 will have for Mr. Steve Sarks. Alright, let's go on to our final match of the night. Now this here is going to be great because my champion, that's right, my champion, Mr. Kevin Rousey, the United States champion of Superstar Wrestling. Now he's been challenged by that weirdo, Mr. Wesley Schmuckley. So, let's just see. Will we have a new United States champion in 2016? Or will Tuna's Army still have the belt? Let's check it out.
Well, it looks like the crowd's starting up the tuna salad thing there.
They are. And Wes Schmuckley encouraging the fans.
Yeah, you know how the...
You're damn right I am!
Didn't you teach him everything you know? He should be talking to you like that.
Oh, I didn't teach him everything I know.
I guess he didn't have that kind of money.
The statute of limitations still isn't up on some of the things I've done, so I can't teach it to him legally yet. Looks like Kevin Rousey out there having a good time. See, doesn't appear to be taking Wes Schmuckley seriously.
This is what the rednecks call the get her done dance.
I think some sort of bizarre mating ritual. All right, we're going to get down to a U.S. title match here. This is a lockup. And Rousey definitely has the size advantage. I'm not sure about power, though. Wes Schmuckley, deceptively strong. He's got that farm boy strength.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, lifting bales of hay, chasing down your cousin, and all that kind of stuff that they do on the farm in Arkansas.
Body slamming sheep.
Right?
Cow pushing.
Cow tipping.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Wes got him in the side headlock here.
Oh, takeover.
Nice headlock takeover.
Very nice. Referee's gonna have to get in there and check on that chokehold. Them rednecks are known to cheat. Oh, there's the pin.
Oh,
just one.
Rousey rolled him over for the pin there.
Yeah, Rousey's in a little trouble already.
Well, you know, he is, but again, you can't take him lightly either. He is the U.S. champion for a reason here.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that reason is that the entire Tudor's Army tapped him from behind.
That is true, Butch. That is true.
But that's okay. We ain't gonna cry over spilled milk because you know what? I will give Rousey gave me. You know, we had on this a year-long feud, and I don't like the way he does things. I don't respect the way that the Tudor's Army does what they do. But bottom line is I gotta admit he brought the best out of it.
Big shoulder block there by Schmuckley.
The best I had to give. So.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Butch. One of these days, I know you're going to get an opportunity to face Rousey again. And that brings up a question here. What would you like to see happen in this match? I mean, obviously, you want to get your hands on Rousey, and I'm sure you want to get your title back, too. Would you rather face Rousey to try and take it back from him, or would you rather see Wes Schmuckley take it from Rousey? I'm sure you guys would have a more scientific match. I think Rousey, you get in the ring with him, I think it's just going to be a fight.
You know, and I don't want anybody to take this wrong because I respect the United States title. Immensely, I was very proud to have carried that title for almost a year. But, you know, and I'm sure JFJ's will vouch for me with this. At this time, my life, my career, you know, it's not about titles, it's about respect, about people doing the right things, and I really, I mean, obviously, my preference would be to see a Rousey hold on to the title and be wrestle Rousey.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't care if Rousey has that title or he don't have that title. At some point in time, he's got to go backstage with the Outcasts again, and it's not going to be happy.
He might just get some respect beaten into him, and it looks like Wes Schmuckley is doing that very thing right now.
Yeah, Rousey just hit the gym floor, and I know for a fact that doesn't tickle.
No, it does not. And he's right back up. Hit Wes with a shoulder block there, and a knee. I'm not quite sure what that was.
That was called a flipsy doodle.
All right, I was thinking of flying.
Big DDT.
I thought we were going for this flying schoolboy there.
Only two. Schmuckley kicks down.
Oh, and Wes is getting fired up here.
He's smucking up.
He is. He's getting fired up here. Rousey, of course, trying to stop him, hanging him on the ropes there. Looks like he just sat on the back of Wes's neck. That's another thing that doesn't feel good.
That's right. Now, see, if that was you out there, man, you'd be giving him a fist across the lips.
Oh, absolutely.
Nah, JR wouldn't cheat.
I know that for sure. I was out there plenty of times with him.
It's only cheating if you get caught, Butch.
Never cheat, man. I've never in my life cheated, man.
How did Jesse
Never.
How did Jesse put it? What if you can
lose if you must, but always cheat?
Yeah, that's what you said.
All right, well, Rousey going for a sleeper hold here. So referee Jason Bear right there to make sure it's not a chokehold. It doesn't look like, well, I don't know. I guess he does have it on. Wes is starting to fade a little bit.
Just a little bit there. I tell you what, Wes better smuckle down and get it together.
Now Wes is fighting his way back up. And a couple elbows to the gut.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Now back him into the ropes. What do we got here? And right back to that sleeper hold.
Classic move there.
Shades of Chief J Strongbow.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Or Adrian Adonis.
Yeah, that's another good one.
All right, West trying to get the crowd behind him here.
He looks like he's fading fast, JR.
Well, he is, but it looks like Rousey broke the hold for a moment there, give him a couple forearms to the chest, and that might have done it.
That might get the blood flowing again.
All right, one more. If that arm drops one more time. Oh!
There he goes.
I thought he had him there.
There he goes. He's getting ready to smuckle up.
He is smuckling up. And jawbreaker.
Very nice. Very nice jawbreaker there by Wes Smuckley.
All right, both guys are down.
Referee's making a count.
Wes trying to get the crowd behind him here. Trying to get his energy back. And Tuna is over there trying to get Rousey back to his feet. Rousey with just a smack right across the face. I think that might have woken Wes up. It's a slugfest now.
Going toe-to-toe here, Rousey and Smuckley.
It's trouble in River City. We got a Pier 6er here.
River City.
That's right. I don't know where it is, but there's always trouble there.
Those big punches in the corner.
Wes has him in the corner, and he's just laying him in.
He's laying the schmuck down.
He is laying the schmuck down. A Smuckley splash. He's sending Rousey across the other buckle.
What was that, the rooster call?
I don't know what that was. But I know that was, it looks like he was going for a bulldog there.
Yeah, and the Smuckle got thrown into the turnbuckle.
I know you better watch making that call with the floor. Anything could happen at that point in time.
What's this? It looks like Rousey going for
a big submission hold here.
Well, he didn't quite get it.
Smuckle's trying to play his way out.
He might have it locked in now.
There it is.
Is that a guillotine? No, it's not a guillotine. I can't quite see from here.
I'm not sure what it is. It looks like, I don't know.
That's it.
That's it. Smuckle taps out.
That's it. Kevin Rousey retaining his U.S. title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still SSW United States Champion, Kevin Rousey.
Cheap shots there.
What a match, what a match, what a match. Who would have thought at the end of 2015, going 2016, Kevin Rousey would be the SSW United States Champion? I thought it. That's who. That's why he's my main man. SSW United States Champion, Kevin Rousey. Alright, now, in 2015, we've seen a lot of new faces. A lot of faces gone, a lot of faces come into SSW. Now, there's one guy who I think has made quite a big impact on SSW in a short amount of time. His name is Mel Havoc. So, I sent JR Manitoba, the man himself, the voice of SSW, out to have a chit-chat with Mr. Mel Havoc. So, this is the results. Roll the footage.
Fans, welcome to SSW TV here on YouTube as well as on the Roku. We're going to be doing a personality profile today on one of the newer stars to come into SSW. It's kind of an interesting character. We're going to see if we can sit down and figure out exactly what his purpose is here. We're going to bring in Mal Havoc at this time. And Mal Havoc, you asked for this time to speak. Come on in. Welcome. It's nice to see you.
I'm sure it is.
Why don't you please have a seat? Thank you.
You've requested my time today. What can I do for you?
Well, you know, you came into SSW and you're making a pretty big splash here, a big impact right off the get-go. I'd like to know what your purpose is. Exactly why are you here in SSW? What do you hope to accomplish? Are you looking to be the heavyweight champion, or?
What do you look to accomplish? What do we all look to accomplish? What are we living for? We all have one general purpose, one end goal that we all look to achieve. And that goal is where I'm heading. It's not about here. It's not about SSW.
Okay, what is it about then?
It's about salvation. It's about finding a way out from all the pollution and all the filth that surrounds us.
Okay, so it sounds like you're talking about a little bit more than just competing in a wrestling ring here.
The wrestling's just secondary. It's a segue, an end to a means, if you will. It gets a point across to an audience that needs it.
Okay, and who is this audience that you're trying to get to? Who are you trying to reach?
What is the biggest audience for pro wrestling?
Well, obviously it's a varied audience. You've got a lot of kids. You've got a lot of parents.
You got the key word right there. I don't care about the rednecks. I don't care about the corrupt individuals. The people who live their lives, have affairs, adultery, and just go out and try to live a more lavish life. It's about the children. The children are the future and salvation of this world. You've been tainted. The world's been tainted. I wear these gloves so that I don't have to touch what you touch. No offense to you.
Well, none taken. None taken.
Your couch. What has happened on this couch? I don't know.
No, we're not gonna get into that right now.
The children, they're innocent. The children are the future and the salvation of this world, Manitoba. And they must be saved. They must be stopped from this tyranny that is being shoved down their throat with professional wrestling.
Okay, and how do you intend to stop this salvation you talk about? Can you tell us a little bit more? I mean, what do you plan to do?
Have you been watching?
Well, of course I've been watching.
Have you seen the end result? I took that wannabe mall cop security officer Dunk.
He's not recognizable anymore.
I dropped him on his head.
You did.
Most people would say, I committed a crime. And then we drug his limp, lifeless body across SSW Arena, and I baptized him. I raised him from the dead, if you will. Baptized him in my name. Is he worthy? No. He's got a lot of retribution. He's got a lot of reconciliation, if you will, to do, to be able to reach the plateau that I have reached. But my plateau is attainable. It's not just a brass ring that you got to try to keep reaching for, and the people like Inferno keep it out of your reach. My salvation is attainable, but you must offer yourself upon to me.
So, are you saying that you're being held back then by the people who are running SSW?
Oh, I'm held back by nothing. Nothing stops me. Nobody controls me. I'm nobody's puppet. But I look around and I see all these useless individuals who want to preach their ways of happiness, coming out to their rock and roll music, and coming out with their face paint on, and coming out and pandering to the fans under falsehoods and lies. And that's exactly what it is, Manitoba. It's falsehoods and lies. There's no truth to what they do. Inferno's not a good guy. He's a bad guy. And I know in this wrestling world there's good guys and bad guys. Let's step outside of the box of kayfabe here, Manitoba. This isn't about a good guy, bad guy stance. This isn't about, oh, let's cheer him on because he's wearing an American flag on his shirt. That man who's wearing an American flag on his shirt probably has committed some really bad things that I haven't had personally the time to look into his background to find out.
Hey, I couldn't tell you anything about that. And his personal life is not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about you.
But that's what it's all about, Manitoba. It is about the personal life. Because the life that you live outside of this, and then you come and pander to the children, sell to the children. So we have addicts that come and sell to the children. Are there addicts in the locker room? I don't know. I haven't looked that far into it. But one by one, I'm going to take them out. Number one was Dunk. And then...
He's certainly changed since he's been associating with you. There's no doubt about that.
Number two, we had to do a little bit of a wrecking squad job of our own and take out some useless tag title trash and take the titles.
Well, you are you do own the tag team titles, you and your group. And exactly how does that work? I mean, there are 3 of you, but only 2 tag team titles.
Dunk's purpose is to serve me. Therefore, he is nothing more than an extension of myself. Anybody who follows is an extension of myself. I am the tag team champion.
So you're saying these men don't think for themselves anymore. They're kind of becoming your puppets? Is that what you're saying?
Dunk and my followers are not puppets. They're just extensions of me. They are my consciousness. Cyrus Parker being the exception. Cyrus, he's the one who brought me here.
Okay, but you don't follow Cyrus Parker's lead, is what you're saying then, or do you?
No.
Is maybe he the man in charge of all this?
There's only one man in charge.
And that's obviously you.
I have been enlightened by him. I am who you say I am.
Okay. You mentioned, on a little different track here, I'd like to get into a little bit of your background, if you don't mind. You mentioned people coming out to rock and roll music and everything. Now, you're a musician, correct?
I have dabbled in the dark art of music.
Okay. What sort of music did you perform?
Well, in the same way that I have infiltrated pro wrestling, I infiltrated the world of hip-hop.
Okay.
Hip-hop is one of the darkest, most disgusting, slimiest forms of entertainment there are.
So, you immersed yourself in it, or you're away from that world now?
I am above it all, and it's not that I am away from that now. I went into that world as well, and I preached of salvation. I preached of the coming dooms that are upon us. Life is not free, Manitoba. Things are changing, and it's changing so quickly that you can't keep up with it. The world on a global scale is heading downhill, and it's only getting worse. We have men dressed as women, dressed as men, dressed as children, dressed as men and dressed as women.
Okay, so there won't be any concerts coming up in the near future is what we're talking about then.
I still preach my word live. You can catch me live.
Alright, well,
It's all an extension of one or the other. Wrestling is no different than music. It's no different than movies. I've done it all.
Well, we're here to talk about wrestling today, if you don't mind.
You brought up the music, let's talk about the
just
wrestling.
Trying to get into a little bit of your background and what you're trying to do here. You're talking about this salvation. Now, that's another interesting thing. I understand you're actually a certified minister. Is that true?
I thought we were talking about wrestling.
Well, it kind of ties.
But I am. I am.
Okay.
That's why I can baptize them in my name.
All right.
There's only the power of one who can offer salvation to these corrupt individuals, and they must earn it. Just because I lay my hand upon them bare, and they are left with the mark, does not mean that they are chosen. They must earn my respect. The only one chosen is Cyrus.
Alright, so Cyrus is chosen, but everyone else needs to earn your respect. Now,
It's not about respect. You got this all wrong.
I'm sorry, but
It's about salvation.
salvation, okay. So, do you plan to offer this salvation to the entire locker room? I mean, are we going to see, like, your group of sorts just grow until there's no one left?
I have repeatedly offered my hand to individuals to take it and be free. Dunk had an opportunity without getting dropped on his head. He could have easily taken my hand and walked away. that Melvin kid had the same opportunity.
Mm-hmm. We saw that didn't turn out so well for him.
It didn't turn out right for either of them.
So, I hear you offering salvation. But at the same time, I see you've got a penchant for what seems to be some pretty extreme violence. Now, how do you relate the two? I mean, violence in wrestling, let's face it, it's a part of the game, but I never knew salvation was part of, was equated with violence.
Salvation must be sometimes a very painful thing. Let's go back. I'm going to tell a story from a long time ago. maybe in a time far away. There were money traders inside the temple of my father. And those money traders, they were offering finances at an inflated rate. These individuals, the banksters, the globalists, they're worse than prostitutes. They're worse than even drug dealers. These individuals are the bottom of the world. My father went in and he had a cat of nine tails, and he whipped them, overturned their tables, and kicked them out of our home.
Okay, so it sounds like you had an interesting childhood.
Very interesting childhood,
Now,
to say the least.
how does your family feel about what you're doing today? About this message of salvation that you're talking about?
My family's eternal.
Family's
It is
eternal.
forever.
Okay.
The reaches of my family is far beyond anything that is understandable on this planet.
So what about you as a child growing up? I mean, when did you become Mal Havoc?
It's always been. There never was a time not. What is your earliest memory, Manitoba? How long ago do you remember?
Oh, I would say probably when I was 3 or 4 years old.
I remember from the time that the first light shined down into my eyes, blinding me, causing my eyes to go white. At this time, I was blinded, but I can see. I can only see good and evil, but I see everything. I have visions, Manitoba. It goes beyond simple knowing what's going to happen. They called it premonitions at first. And then they took it a little step further, and they said, well, maybe it's beyond, maybe he's psychic. Maybe he's crazy. But it's not a matter of crazy. It never has been. Do you know what it's like to know the day you're going to die, how you're going to die, and the fact that it's going to be your best friend that does it to you?
Have you ever been evaluated, maybe psychiatrically?
As a child, all the time. They call it the Messiah complex, but with me, it's not a complex.
So you really believe that you are a Messiah?
I am the Messiah.
The Messiah.
I am here to save you and to save everyone.
I kind of think that maybe, and don't take this the wrong way, but I think that maybe you need to be evaluated a little bit more. Would you agree to such a thing if we were to offer that? Kind of like to see what goes on in that head of yours.
How about we evaluate your lifestyle? How about we take a look at what you do on your daily basis? The emails you send, the phone calls you make, the magazines you maybe own at the top of your closet.
I'm just here to interview you about wrestling. We don't need to look into my life here.
We need to look at everybody's life. Because it's not simply about wrestling. It never has been. It never was. The wrestling that's out there is just there to corrupt and deceive and distract. The population's distracted by their phones, distracted by Monday nights, distracted by going out on the weekends, spending their rent money to get drunk. Society doesn't care about the big picture, about the salvation. We were not meant to live like this. We were meant to travel, explore, and become greater every day. And so they created a structure. Indentured slavery. We have jobs. We have to have a roof over our heads. And you must have a job to have a roof over your head, to work, to live. And it's an endless, vicious cycle until the day you die. And they come and take everything that you owned in this worldly manner and take it back for themselves. Profiting off of you and the work that you put in all of your life. You die with nothing.
And what do you plan to do about this? How are you going to put a stop to this? Or is that what you're obviously you're looking to change the way the world operates?
It's all about education.
If
everybody can see things my way, I do it through wrestling just because the children. With hip-hop, yeah, you can reach an audience. But at that point, they're already a screwed up society. They already live by the YOLO moniker. They don't care about consequences. They don't care about the end result. They don't care about anything that happens except for the fact that they are living and loving and enjoying life. But it's not life that they're enjoying. They're enjoying the devil's playground. I offer salvation. I offer unity. And I offer the ability to rise above the evils that are in this world.
Okay, fair enough. What about the people who disagree with you? What if someone thinks, this guy, he's insane, he's out of his mind, he's a big guy. Yeah, he's successful, but I don't want to listen to this. What about people who may think that of you?
I give them opportunities. opportunities repeatedly to listen. And you've seen what happens when they don't listen, when they don't take heed. They still find salvation.
So, in other words, you're going to force salvation on people whether they want it or not.
It's not about forcing. We're born with free will. That free will comes with a price. Sometimes I have to be the one to enforce that price.
Okay, and what if someone comes along and plans to maybe put a stop to this? I don't think it's going to be as easy as you say. I mean, like I said, you're a big man. You're quite powerful. We've seen what you can do in the ring. You're a talented guy. There's no doubt about it. You're building a pretty impressive army out there, but
and fan
what
base.
happens when
I
another
have
army
followers
comes along?
all over the country, all over the world. They listen to my word. They follow. They listen, and they live by the creeds that we must live by. To live life, respect one another, grow up proud, strong, and be men of honor, children of honor, people of honor. The children are the ones who will lead our future. And as long as I can get through to them, I don't care what their parents think. Their parents have the opportunity to find their way through my name.
And if they don't, you'll just take over. Is that what you're?
I'll take their children.
You know, I think this is getting a little off the track here. You're talking about taking children. Obviously, you're speaking figuratively here. You're not physically going to go out into the crowd and take people's children from them. I mean,
they parade around me. I don't have to take them. Rarely do you ever see a child run. People think, oh, those eyes, they're scary. Oh, he's big, he's scary, he's got black stuff on his face. Oh, let's cower, let's boo him. But the children, they cheer. The children cheer, and they're my driving inspiration. They are the only thing that matters to me. They're the only ones that need saved, because they're being raised by terrible, corrupt individuals.
So, again, you're going to build yourself an army of children who you're offering this salvation to. Those who don't want to listen to your words of salvation, you're just going to steamroll over them.
Not the children.
Not the children. What happens to the children who don't want to listen to
They
your
all
message?
come around eventually.
They all come around eventually. Okay. All right. Well,
Sometimes you just have to learn and understand. Maybe this will help.
maybe it sounds a little Jim Jones-like, if you
Who?
want my personal opinion. But he was another person who looked at himself as a savior. But things didn't.
There's only
didn't
one
turn out
Savior.
too well.
Do you acknowledge him as a Savior?
I don't acknowledge him as a savior. No. No, I do not. I'm saying he acknowledged himself as a savior.
Hoping we have an understanding here.
Okay. All right. I understand that you're I think I get what you're about. I think I get what your mission is here.
My hand is your salvation.
Your hand is my salvation, or everyone's salvation, is what you're saying.
By choice, you can take my hand and be free.
All right. Well, I kind of like to follow my own path. I have nothing against you personally. I'm impressed with what you're doing. You're, like I said, you're a big guy. You look great out there in the ring. Cyrus Parker, same thing about him. I was kind of interested to see what happens with. Is he still known as Dunk?
Rapture?
Oh, it's Rapture. Is his name
Dunk,
now?
Dunk is just a general name that
Okay.
has been given upon him, a slave name, if you will. The
All
name
right.
given to him by the system, the first and last name. You know, we used to exist without last names. The last name was just the description of what you did for a living. So Officer Dunk is no more. He is now Rapture.
No, Rapture. Okay.
Now, whether or not as Rapture he can win my salvation is another story. His first time out, he already messed up.
Okay.
He took
and,
my pin.
And I imagine there were probably consequences.
Grim consequences.
Grim consequences. But he still got the opportunity to please you.
He's still breathing.
That he is. That he is. I saw him in the back earlier today. And you've got this guy Cobra with you. I've known him for a long time. I've seen what he can do. He's not the one pulling the strings, though.
Cobra doesn't pull strings. There's only one that pulls strings. I've explained this But I think
I'm just
that,
having a little trouble understanding your message.
I think that you're still not getting it, Manitoba. I think that instead of talking, I think we've gotten to that point of the night that I just have to show you.
Okay, maybe at this point, I thank you for your time, and I hope that you come back. I wish you well. Fans, apparently are pretty impressed with Mal Havoc. He's a big, impressive guy, and
Manitoba,
looks like he's got some. Yes, sir.
take my hand and be free. Find salvation in me.